In November of 2019, Peter began the face-to-face tour, performing 3 nights a week and landing major bookings, including a Christmas night performance for the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley. In spite of COVID-19, many features were achieved. The National Cultural Foundation awarded him a grant to complete his debut EP, the original copy, which was released in February 2021. It includes the popular singles Face to Face, Coming For It, Sunlight, and Never Before, which features Bajan superstar Moldy Chief. Much to its excitement, Peter gained entry into the 2022 edition of Beige to the World, which he saw as a great opportunity to send his message to all upcoming artists in Barbados. And the message is, let's never give up on our dreams. Let's make time to pursue our passions and feed our souls. People, this is Peter. And before we start, make sure you follow Peter on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the Peter Coxx. And Coxx is 2 X's. So, before we get into it, make sure you invite everybody that you know. Because it can be great. I didn't want a boy complaining about the wish that he was here for the live and all that sort of thing. Send the request, share the live right now before we get into it. Peter, I want to know 3 things about you that you would not readily pick up from the bio, or your performances. Are there 3 things about you that you would like to share with people?
3 things about me.
Yeah.
I love sports. I like football a lot and basketball. Can't play basketball, but I love the sport. Golden State is my team for sure. Steph Curry and the crew. Wishing them good luck this year. Was with you guys all even when the team went down last year. I was still there. Barcelona was, my heart is still there, but I actually follow the team because of Messi. You know what I mean? So, I love sports. Another thing about my daughters, I love being a father. I have 2 daughters, 2 beautiful girls, Mike and Michaela, 16 and 14. That'll be the highlight of my life, I guess. And third thing, I love juices. I like to make juices. I'm a juice boss. I love blending. I like coming up with different flavors. I love history. I like learning about, where we come from. Yeah, that's so 3 things, 4 things.
That's 4 things to give us a bonus one. So you could play football, right?
I used to play in primary school. I played 7-a-side when I was in secondary school up to 2nd form. The last time I played football was probably a couple of years ago. But I still love the sport. I haven't run around in a little bit, but yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So,
yeah.
So you obviously released the original copy last year.
Yeah.
I know Marlo will have some questions, and I could see, the mind churning, but how was that received?
The original copy, how was it received? Well, first of all, let's talk about the environment that I released it, and I released it in COVID. Everybody was in a different mindset because none of us have never been through that ever in life. But to be honest with you, the response was great. Like, not only did my friends take it and share with it, like all of a sudden I had radio stations, instead of me calling them, because in the beginning I used to call them over and over, send so many emails. And then when I released the album, eventually, they started calling me, hey, Peter, can I have that? Can you email that song to me? Blah, 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 I reached #1 for Coming For It. For my first 2 weeks, that was on the Barbados charts here. That was a good highlight. All the singles were received well. They came from, see, the thing is about the original copy is is an album that came from real emotion. All the songs on there came from a real place, a real point of view. There weren't make believe songs, you know. So I think that that was an element that made it receive even better. So yeah.
So my question is, what's your favorite song from the original copy?
I can't choose, bro. I can't choose. I can't choose. They all reflect a part of my personality. I swear I got like 13 different personalities floating around over there. Like, you know what I mean? They all put me in a different zone. They all remind me of where I was in 2019, 2020, because I pretty much wrote those songs in like 3 months. Um, when we received the grant from the NCF, we had a deadline to work with. So I remember as I do the songs for you today, I'll tell you the story of each song, but I can remember where it was emotionally and physically when I wrote the song. So I can't really say I have a favorite because when I get in my zone, all of them remind me of a particular place. You know what I mean? A particular memory.
I love that. One question quickly before you get into your first song, the original copy. There's many things that come, several things that come to my mind when I hear the original copy. One in particular, but I want to hear in your words, like what inspired that name.
The title. That's a great question, bro. The original copy. The original copy for me it has many themes. It has many themes, but my number one theme for me is returning to the original version of myself. Because from the time I knew myself, probably from the time I knew my ABCs, I had always loved music. I was always into music, whether it be vocally. My grandmother used to tell me I used to sit down by her sewing machine, and I used to be doing that. She asked me what I'm doing. I tell her I play the organ. I have no idea of that memory or don't even know what an organ was, but I knew that I love music, and life happened. Um, I went through my challenges just like anybody else. You know, and I lost my mom. I lost my mom like 3 years ago. So I remember the last day my mom was alive. I went to see her in the hospital, and she was all masked up, can't breathe. And I was pretty much at the foot of the bed, and I was facing that way opposite to her, and I had a tap on the shoulder, and she was like, she took off her mask, and she was like, you don't sing and play guitar anymore, I don't hear you sing. And she was right, because I went through a lot of years where my guitars were not strummed up. I never even used to hum. I was just, battling with life. And after her transition, music, I used music for healing for myself. And then I started busting, small videos on Instagram and what's not. And people were commenting, "Yo, Peter, like, I forgot you could do this," and I kind of forgot I could do it too. Or I was just trying to heal myself and remind myself of my mom and just be about her mission and still sing. And then the grant came through, and it was like, "What do you call it?" So I called it the original copy because I've now returned to the original version of myself. Because no matter what I go through, no matter what the situation is, like music is my soul. Music is my soul. So yeah, the original copy represents me returning to the original version of myself. I'm Peter Coxx, two X's. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. I love to sing, and that's me. Bam.
Yeah, I love it, man. Like when I asked for your input because before I said anything, because when I heard that, what came to my after conversation you and I would have had, during the time when you was at the bar I think it was 557, and we would, I would go out there and vibe with you and all that, and we would talk. I got the feeling like it's like, return to yourself, your roots as a man, and the same music, and then roots as a person, in terms of you looking at where we came from as people, original copy as in like connection spiritually, you know, to God and all that stuff. So all that came to me when I heard that. So
Oh, that's
I thought it was
good.
beautiful. I thought it was beautiful, beautiful title, man. Given, you know, your story and everything you've been through and all that, you know.
Yeah, bro. For real. That's what it's about, you know what I mean? Um, because too, like, for me, like, my mom passing was sudden and traumatic in many different layers. So, and then one part of it too is like losing my cell phone. Well, not losing my cell phone, but it becoming mash up malfunction, and therefore I no longer had her voice notes and her messages to look back and reflect on. And then I'm telling myself, you know, something could happen to me too. So let me at least do this so that if something happens or when it does happen, even if it's just the first album, at least my daughters still have my voice, and my daughters can still hear where I was or where the dad was in 2019 or 2020. Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Branching off from the support, you know, your mom and her encouraging you to really go for it, and then you connecting that, you know, like to the experience of losing the phone, and then that desire to leave some record of yourself for your children. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think that
Thank
that's a
you, bro.
great introduction to your very first song, giving the people
Yeah.
exactly what they came for.
Cool. So our theme, our theme today is 90s R&B, right? So you know, as kind of my field came up in church and into the boy band Infinity R&B, you know. So I can start with a couple if you guys don't mind. It'll all be so simple, baby. You rather make it hard. So love it's like a battle. We both on top of stars. Tell me who to be, baby. Together, but for eternity. See, no one loves a part like me. And no one ever knew. No, I don't want, I think we go. You try your best to let me know. It ain't working, baby. It ain't working, baby. But I don't want, I don't away. You hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy, baby. This is crazy. Oh, why? Oh, baby. He needs to write, because that's how the healing starts. He refuses to write, because that's how the healing starts. I mean, who does he need to be? And why can't he just be? See, nothing disappoints like wasted emotion and wasted time. Can't get back his emotion, he can't get back his time. Because these days he don't believe in nothing she said. Words say one thing, yet she be acting differently. Girl says she's working on the stuff, note to self. Gotta control that emotion, can't control that emotion. No need to be dramatic, Peter. No, I got time for static, Peter. How you gonna be mad at her for choosing her, Peter? Whenever I think we grow, you try your best to let me know it ain't working, baby. It ain't working, baby. Whenever I walk away, you hurt yourself to make me stay. And this is crazy, baby. This is crazy. Yeah. But yes, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Um,
Peter.
no, a question that I easily could have asked from the very, very, very beginning. Uh, who is your hairdresser? You gotta shout out your hairdresser for giving you, like for picking you up to hook you
Bye,
up.
bye, bye. I got to show you my stylist, all my stylists. So here we go. So first of all, I got to show out Seth the barber. Seth, um, Steph gave me my start in terms of my long journey. Also need a shout out to Peaches. Peaches, she's been doing the knitting in between. Also need to shout out to Taras Ferguson. Um, she's also done my hair a couple times too. But my lady, my number one lady recently is Rose. Rose is not on Instagram, but if you guys show me, if you guys are interested to go see Rose, just give me a shout, give me a message. I'll definitely send you her information. I got to shout out Mr. GQ, Lance, my barber too, for taking care of me. I need to shout out to Raj Paul for keeping me fly all the time. You know, Raj has been in my corner. It's such a pleasure to have Raj not only as a designer but as a mentor and as a friend. Need to shout out to Mr. Kofi Branch too. That's one of my stylists as well. All these people just keeping me fresh. One other mentor that I need to shout out. I need to shout out my coach, Frank at Gainesville. Need to shout out my physical coach. You guys need to get in shape. Go show him. He's on Instagram. You see my video coming for it. He's in there. You know that guy. Yeah, he's a man too. It's much more than actually being in gym. It's mental work too. And Frank was able to get me strong mentally. Shout out to Frank.
I like the fact that you were talking to yourself in that piece, well, in that song as well. How are you gonna be vexed for her choosing herself, Peter? Yep. Question that we all struggle with. Question that we all
Yeah, I love
struggle
hearing
with.
the reflective aspect of that. Yeah, that's dope.
Sorry, bro, not hearing you.
Oh, I said I love the fact that you were talking to yourself in that song. How you gonna be vexed for her choosing herself, Peter? I like
Yeah.
that whole monologue.
Yeah, it's like self-reflection because no doubt I've been through a few relationships. I went through the emotions of them, and I guess if I can be honest with myself, there's a stage where you would have gone through a little resentment, and then you push past that emotion, and then it moves on to self-reflection. You know, um, so like you asking yourself those questions, like you can't. I'm not mad at you. I don't want to be mad at any of my exes. I don't want to hold on to any of that energy. So wish all them good luck. So it's just like you can't be mad at her for choosing her. Like I've been in a situation where like people that you thought where it was a situation where you could have moved on, where it was mutually beneficial, but the other person or the other parties chose to choose themselves. So self love. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, completely. I do get what you're saying.
I get you, man.
And
I
you
go
know that
through my
we
cycles. I go through my
like,
cycles too.
way deeper than that, so I get what you're saying for sure.
I can't really say Kilmo if you're saying something.
No, I was saying I don't know why you can't hear me. I was telling you that I get the reflective aspect of it. I go through my cycles as well. You know, where you might feel upset and then you could get where somebody might be coming from, or you try to move beyond resentment. You know, that's really important, and it's good to have that reflection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all need it from time to time. We always go look at ourselves and continue to look for, you know, the best version of ourselves for ourselves.
yeah, man. And I'm glad to see that you know you into you pushing the music again. Uh, which brings us to the second song. What do you have for us as your second song?
Yeah. So the second song that I'm gonna do for you is called "Never Before," an original song taken off the album, original copy. The original copy, you guys can download it, and you can stream it on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you're comfortable. Facebook. You know, if you want to go through my bio, check my link tree. You can see wherever you're comfortable. You got Spotify up there, iTunes, Audio Map, Select Chart from here, Barbados too. If you could support them, I would appreciate that. So yeah, check it out. It's called the original copy, called Never Before. Sorry. Yeah, I've been there before, had those butterflies before, had a messed up feeling before. Now I'm feeling unsure. I love it makes it time like that. Falls along in my bed. Yeah, different the same old game. Another crying in the wall. How you keep my noise, babe? How you keep my brain? Never before, never before, never before now. Never had a love like this now. Never before, never before, never before, never had a love like this. Who are you and where you come from, baby? Where you been all this time? Right in front of my eyes, girl. How could I be so blind? Girl, how you live with you, girl? How you suck me in? Every jeans, every dress, you look sexy and oh, how it seems so tight. She had a different name, played the same old game. Enough talk, why you walk? How you came out of nowhere, baby? How you make my brain? Hey, hey. Never before, never before now, never before ever had a love like this, no way. Never before, never before, never before ever had a fuck like this. Oh, my baby, oh, my baby, oh, my baby. Oh, no, baby. Never, ever, 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 found myself like tell me just stay here. Touch mine in time. No, I don't want to my eyes together. Tell me just stay here, baby. Intertwined in time. Never before, never before now, never before ever, never had a love like this. Oh, never before, yes. Oh, never before, yeah, baby. Never before, yeah, baby. And I end up forgetting yeah, that was before.
We have someone say
So
that that's
even
their favorite song.
exactly.
Issa
Pardon?
Issa.nvm says that's her favorite song.
Oh, hi, Lise. I can't see the comments, right? Because
That's cool.
actually,
That's
where how my setup is, I got my brethren set up to load the franchise tattoo boss. I'm in my video right now. So I got another phone for also. I can't really see the comments, but I thank you guys. Enough love, please.
Yeah, for sure. But every time I heard that song, I like it more and more. And you made me such a big fan of the acoustic guitar, right? That yeah, I'm serious though. Like I love acoustic versions of songs because it shows the singer's voice and talent level rather than the whole studio setting. And I remember the first time like, I heard you like using the acoustic guitar, like yeah, I gotta do something with him because a natural talent. And I told you before, like you're one of my favorite male singers in Barbados, so I
Bless
had to
you,
get one.
bro.
Yeah, no
Bless you,
problem.
bro. Enough love.
Problem.
What to do, bro, is get a guitar and they can give you your first 10 lessons free.
Well,
I remember
why
you
don't
had
you
tell me saying that. Yeah, I had two acoustic guitars before, and I just did not. I was doing everything else in the world. They sold both of them. Because they were
Right,
just
well,
dead.
I'm not like a Victor Linton, but I will show you what you know. You can
Well,
take it from there.
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
no problem.
Um, Seth Dorsey showed you, so
Yes.
I can try to see if I could pass on as many of the comments that I can to you. But
Thank
yes,
you, brother.
while you were performing, the heart stream was just going, going. So the people show a lot of love there for sure. One of the
For
things
real?
yeah, it was going and going. One of the things I want to track back about is because I remember you and I, we really had, when we reconnected, when we could go outside, a bit before COVID, like when I was going to support you, and we spoke a bit. You were saying how much your mom pushed you to really get back into singing, and then you mentioned it earlier, right? Have you have any songs that you dedicated to her, or um you ever wrote poems or anything to her? Because how when you spoke about it, you could see that they had the law of support. Like she really pushed you to recommit to your
I
craft.
wrote a song for my mom, but I didn't put it down on guitar yet. I want to do it with a piano player, but I have it in my brain, I have it in my mind. The hardest choice, what will I gain to put you aside? You were the best parts of me. How do I let you go free? Even though I know freedom doesn't come free, what would become of me? You were the best parts of me. Save a space for me, right under our tree. 'Cause in my mind, that's how I imagine it would be. When we reunite in time, what a day that would be. And finally, all forgiven. Finally, we are all free. Yeah, yeah. My mom,
Man, that was
Grace
beautiful,
Olivia.
man. That was beautiful.
Yeah. When they do it, I actually want to do it. I know who I want to do it. I know who I want to do it with too. That's a song that I want to do with Darian Bailey. I think it ever lock him down and get some time. Yeah, I want to do that song with him. But yeah, I got it written, got the melody down. I just haven't put it down as yet. But I will do it for this year for sure.
You know,
Word is born.
a lot of people don't mention this song from you, but I'll mention it because it was the first song that I heard from the album and the first video that I watched from you. And I used it at the start of every day when I'm going through something, which is a brand new day. I know I have never seen you do it on a live before, but that is a request for me that I wanted. I want to put you on the spot, and because a brand new
You
day, just
haven't done that song in eons, B. I don't even know
Well, I was to say here right now, Marta, did you just say that you do not want to put Peter on your spot?
listen.
Yeah, or you don't
I
want to put me
realize
on the
that
spot,
Marlo
brother.
does often say he don't want people put people on his spot, but he's doing it in a way that sounds like he really want to put people on his spot. It don't be like that accidental thing. It's like I ain't want to put you on his spot or that. They just happen to say that. It's something like he say
But
and then want to pretend as though he want
listen,
to put people on his spot.
I didn't want to put him on the spot because I know he has never done it on a live. Um, two two requests that I want to make for him though. That is one, and the second one is face to
What was the
face.
second one, bro?
Face to face. There's a reason why I want you to do face to face today because face to face reminds me of a situation that I was in that I recently saw, and it was a similar story, right? So every
Yeah.
time I face to face, I think of a certain person,